Right, you read the caption right. Today we're gonna talk about my most strange and most traumatic experience as a lifestyle Lolita. So let's get started. I started wearing Lolita fashion every day around like November 2024, and this happened around, I don't know, January 2025 to go to art school. I graduated now, that's why I'm not going anymore. I did a fine art mixed media BA, and basically one of my tutors in the third year was really strange. So this happened in the second semester. We had to do either a dissertation or a presentation for our subject that we chose. So the subject I chose, of course, was how can kawaii be a weapon of affirmation? And I thought that this was a really good theme. Obviously, I was talking about Lolita fashion, Hello Kitty, Sanrio in general, all those things. And that's where it goes downhill. The first time I told my tutor, she was a pretty interesting character. First time I told my tutor, let's call her Ella. All right, I'm sorry for all the Ellas here. She was not really called Ella. I'm just thinking at the top of my head. So Ella was around like quite a senior tutor. She's been there for a while, and she was especially interested in her own practice with feminism and cinema. So I thought that she would be a good match to talk about Lolita fashion, because as you know, maybe not know, but I will explain it later, but Lolita fashion started as a feminist movement, like a rebellious movement. So basically I started talking to her about what I was wearing, because I was wearing it every day since like a few months back. I started telling her about what I was wearing, and I could see that her face was like, you know. So what happened is, as soon as I told her about the name Lolita fashion, she started going nuts. Like, she started being like,
oh my god, this is so related to the book.
I was like, no, not at all. It's not related to the book or the movie at all. It's just the name of the fashion that was misunderstood by Westerners. And she kept telling me that it had a link with the book. So I keep telling her that it doesn't. And then basically I tell her that I wear this every day and that it's very important to me. And she starts comparing me to a child. So she compares me to a child, and I'm gonna tell you in this video a bit later why it's so weird to compare people who dress in frilly clothes with children, especially women. Like, why? Anyway, so I was basically so stunned. And then, you know, she started, like, it was so weird. I kept trying to defend EGL. I was calling it EGL now because I didn't want to say Lolita anymore, even though that's the name of the fashion. And basically what she said was,
if you're defending it, maybe it's because you like Lolitas.
I was like, what? And I was like, what? I like Lolitas as in EGL, but what do you mean? So she started being like, yeah, you know, Michael Jackson, he was dressing up those kids with like frilly clothes and stuff. And I was like, my goodness, where is this going? Keep in mind that I had to keep this tutor. I could not change this. She was my tutor for this module, so I was seeing her every week for like 2 or 3 months, and every week it was the same thing. I was telling her about my research, about everything I've done to see what, like, the origins of EGL and Lolita fashion and kawaii, etc. in Japan, and then how it globalized. And every time she would be like, but you know, it's not normal to like that. And I was like, oh my god. Oh my god, this is so weird. Comes the day of the presentation, because I chose the presentation, not the dissertation. So I had to stand and tell her and another tutor that didn't like me, and another tutor, like how I thought that kawaii was a weapon for rebellion and affirmation. And it went well. I mean, she did try to tell me that I wasn't speaking a good enough English. If you don't know, I'm French, so I took it very badly. As you can hear, I speak quite a good English, and I think she was doing that on purpose to make me feel uncomfortable. But basically, she said that multiple times that I didn't know how to speak English, which is a bit xenophobic, you know? The thing is, Ella, at the end of the presentation, she told me, okay, that was a good presentation, congratulations. And I thought, okay, finally she understood what my point was. Do you know what she put in the feedback for this module? She put that I wasn't following her guidelines and that I was inventing stuff. I literally told her about the origins of kawaii, the Maruiji writing, and all of this stuff, and all she could remember was she did not talk about the book. So that was my worst experience wearing Lolita and talking about Lolita, and that was actually really traumatizing. And I did not have a good grade, even though I worked so hard on this module. And so the thing is, now I want to talk about what Lolita is and isn't. Please listen to me, don't be like Ella. Right, I decided to show you Billy because he's really cute. He's my 1 meter 35 centimeters bear, and he's really good for cuddles. Anyways, Lolita fashion has nothing, and when I say nothing, I mean nothing to do with Lolita, the book, and the movie.
I read the book, just so you know. Also, people assume that it's a story glorifying pedophilia, when it's really the opposite.
But anyway, we're not going to talk about that. Lolita, the book, has nothing to do with Lolita, the fashion. It started in Japan in the 70s, and they did not know about this flippin' book, okay? So the names are similar, but they have nothing in common. You know, at the time, Westerners and Japan wasn't as globalized as today, let's just say. So, what is Lolita fashion? Lolita fashion is inspired by Rococo and Victorian eras, also by the general cuteness, and is a streetwear movement that originated in Japan, especially in the Harajuku, as a form of protest, right? Against beauty standards and against the fact that women were asked to just, you know, work and then have babies and then just, that's it, basically, that's it. This is what Lolita fashion was. It was a movement of protest, and then it evolved into a style. And then people like Manasama created brands like Momme Moitié to just, you know, make the fashion more alive. And then still today, it is a magic brand. It's just so annoying to see people trying to bring down so many incredible designers just because what they think they do is childish. Now we're gonna talk about that little part. Childish. Why would you think that a woman, an adult woman, dressed as a Victorian princess or a Rococo era princess looks like a child? Have you ever seen a child wear that kind of thing? Because I haven't. I have never seen a child, even though Children Lolita exist now, but it's different, you know. It's not. The fashion comes from the adult, like the Rococo eras and the Victorian eras, and obviously it's cute. Obviously it's sometimes pink, bows everywhere, but I wouldn't dress my child like that. I don't know very many people who would, you know.
not practical for a child. It's many layers. It's very lots of quality fabric, and it's just not suitable for a child.
So why would you call Lolitas children or pedophiles? This was my little rant. I hope that you have better experiences than me. And I'm just really annoyed at this teacher right now because she made sure that I didn't get a first for my degree. And I just want to say, Ella, if you see this video one day, I will succeed no matter how much you try to destroy me. Love you!